What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video here today. And today is actually, oh god, I need to burp that. Today is going to be a how-to video. Now, I know I don't do too many of these, but I felt like doing it. So essentially what happened was I had an issue with my Ethernet port that's wired to my room probably about a week ago now. And it occurred to me that I don't A, have the tools, which I should have because I'm a self-respecting geek, so I should have the tools to fix it. B, I didn't exactly know how to. So I was like, you know what, I need to learn how to do this. And I remember how to make Ethernet cables, but apparently other things are a little bit different. So it got me thinking, if I don't know how to wire, let's just say my Ethernet connection for my room, then there's probably a lot of other people out there that don't know how to even wire an Ethernet cable. And so I started looking online to how to wire an Ethernet cable, and all the videos were like 15 minutes long, and it really doesn't take 15 minutes, at least to explain it. So what I thought today is I'm going to teach you guys how to make your own Ethernet cords using some wire, well, actually using three things. First thing, a wire crimper / stripper. So as you can see, it strips there, it crimps there. So that's in order to finish off the thing. Then we also need our RJ45 ends essentially. So these little ends here, there. Those things there. They're the things that you actually plug into like the back of your computer or into the wall. Yeah, we need those. And then last but not least, we need some Ethernet cord. I've got a metric butt ton. Obviously, you don't need this much, but hey, if you've got anything spare lying around or you just want to fix one of your current cables, you can do it. So, let's get started. First things first, I'm going to need to cut some of the cable. So, obviously, I don't want to make one big cable. I'm going to make a smaller cable. I have now cut a wire with two ends like this. Can't really show it, but I've cut the Ethernet cord into one long wire, essentially. Now, the next thing, I'm going to get rid of this stuff here. The next thing we need to do is actually just strip these wires. So, how I'm going to do that is using my handy dandy tool. Now, you may have a different tool to do it. This is probably the easiest tool that I have at the moment to wire strip. It does wire strip, just not incredibly great. So, it's average at stripping, but it'll do. So, I'm going to put in the end, and I'm just going to pull it out like that. And there we go. That should be enough at least. There we go. Boom. Now, I have actually cut into the cords there, so I'm going to have to redo this real quick. Okay, perfect. So, once you've stripped the wires, they should look a little bit like that. As you can see, you've got a bunch of tangled wires, and then you've also got this little white strip here. It's a little ripcord strip. I'm just going to pull that to the side. We don't need that at all. So, you're going to be greeted with that there, and then also you'll see in the middle here, there's this little, let me get it. There's this little plastic bit. Now, you'll only see this bit here, which is this little plastic end. If the camera will focus. You'll see that little plastic bit, this bit here. You'll only see that if you have category 6 cabling. So, I do have category 6. So, this is category 6 cabling. If you have Cat6a, you won't actually have that little bit of plastic there. Now, what we're going to do, something really simple. We're going to take all these little end bits here and untwist them. So, we have each individual wire. So, why don't you go ahead and get all those untwisted, and then you can just straighten out the individual cables. So, get them untwisted, and then we'll straighten them out. Okay, perfect. So, now, stop focusing. Now you should have something that looks roughly like this. Okay, now you can also chop away this little bit here. We aren't going to need it really anymore, so you can chop that bit away. So this is the order that we need our cords in. Okay, this order that you see just here. It's going to be obviously probably really difficult for you to see that. So here's an image on screen for you. I might put it right here. That image on screen right there, that is how you need to essentially have your wires in order. Okay, so that's the order that we're going to put them into our little plug just here. So once you've got all those there, obviously cut yourself enough length, but we're just going to measure really quick, really easily and really quickly to about there. So what we're going to do is, this is obviously our little head here. That's a little head that we need to plug these into. So I'm just going to put it up against it. So we're going to have to cut to about there. Just mark it with my finger there. About there is where we're going to cut to. And if you see on my finger here, that's where we're going to cut to. So I'm going to cut that right now. Perfect. So now that it's cut, we're just going to take our little clip here. Try and block my face. We're going to take our little clip here and we're just going to shove these in, keeping them in the same order. Push it right in there. So now you should be seeing cables a little bit like that. you can see the colors. If you can't, I'll show that image again just so you know what it should look like. Now, once it's in there, our job is almost done. Oh, as I pull mine out, our job is almost done once it's in there. Almost. All we need to do is crimp it down. So that's going to keep it protected in there and basically sandwich it in there so I can't just pull that off and expose the wires. So I'll pop that back in there. And in order to do this, we're going to need our crimper. So you're going to get your crimper. In this case, it is this one here. I'm going to plug it in, essentially. Going to plug it in there. So bang, it's in there nice and good. So it's firmly in there. Make sure your cable as well is pushed right in. You want to make sure that is pushed right in there. If it's not, and it comes out like this, you'll crimp the cable without it actually being properly in there. So push it in as hard as you can, and then now that that's in there and you're all confident, all you're going to be doing is pressing down on the crimper as hard as you can. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to press down as hard as I can on the crimper, and then let go, and bam, pull that one out. Bam. That's the head of the Ethernet cable right there. So that's your own homemade Ethernet cable, essentially. Oh, let me get it right. There you go. Bang. Works perfectly. So that's it built there. Then all you need to do is essentially repeat the process. So grab your other end of the cord. We're going to strip it again. So I'll strip this nice and quickly. Boom. Cable's stripped. Then we're going to part out our wires again. So get the ripcord, pull that away. Then we're going to take apart all our wires and we're going to unwind them again. So I'll get that done. Now that we've unwound and straightened out all our cables, we're going to wire them like so, as the photo here represents. We're going to put them in that order. So now that we have it all straightened out as per the diagram, we're going to grab our other little head, grab our little Ethernet plug head, and then we're going to measure it out. So again, we're just going to place this, the base, and that's roughly how much that we need to cut off. About that much there, we'll cut it there. Perfect. So now we've got that cables there. We're just going to plug them straight in to our little plug there. Perfect. So now it should look something like that. Then last step again, we're going to grab the wire crimper, which is this bad boy right here. We're going to grab this wire crimper. Then we're going to plug in our Ethernet cord into the wire crimper, making sure that the cable, as I said, is pushed firmly in there. You want it as far in as you can. Whoop. As far in as you can, make sure it's making proper connection. Then we're going to crimp it. Crimp it down, unplug it, pull it out, and that's it. Done. So now I have my own, I don't know how long, roughly, probably a meter, probably a bit more than a meter, probably let's say 1.5 meters. Now I've got my own 1.5 meters / 2 meter Ethernet cable that I've done all myself. All I had to use was a piece of Ethernet, an Ethernet cord, either Cat6a, Cat5e, whatever you can get your hands on, a wire stripper, cutter, and also the main part, a crimper. You need the crimper in order to do this. And then obviously our little Ethernet RJ45 heads, which are these little heads here, these Ethernet heads. Block again my face. These little heads here, those ones there. So they're all the 3 things that you need, and then you can make your own Ethernet cord. Now I have a bunch of cord. Now, if you're like me and manage to get your hands on a bunch of cord, you can obviously use this to make as many as you like and as long as you like. That is the best part about doing this. And plus, honestly, probably one of the most expensive things is actually the little heads themselves. They're probably some of the most expensive parts. Otherwise, it's actually pretty cheap to do this yourself. So, if you guys enjoyed that video, be sure to let me know. Hit like, get subscribed. Drop down in the comments below saying how much it helped you, or if it didn't, let me know why. Maybe I did something wrong, I can help you out. Otherwise, if you got suggestions for new videos, let me know down in the comment section below. If you'd like to see me, I don't know, show you how to wire an RJ45 connector, which is the wall plate, like I had to fix, maybe I could do a video on that as well. I don't know. Let me guys know. Let me know what you like. Otherwise, I hope you guys will have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.